about what I see on the card tonight. We talked pretty much everything I thought about the NBA with Hakeem. I wanted to run those props by him, so he agreed with me. Anthony Edwards tonight, either under or stay away from his points. Maybe you look at assists like Hakeem said. That number is way too high for Anthony Edwards at 25.5. I would stay away. When it comes to SGA, he has great numbers against the T-Wolves, but you have to remember that the T-Wolves were not with Gobert or Randall in 3 of the 4 games this season. I'm really just sitting back and watching a little bit of this series because there's not much of a regular season sample size for me. But Naz Reid over on his points and rebounds is what Hakeem likes tonight. In Major League Baseball, these are my strikeout props to watch for the night. You've got great value on the over for Clay Holmes, and the number's been moving in the Mets' favor a little bit today against the Red Sox. So I started the season fading Clay Holmes. Obviously, he left the Yankees, but he was terrible with the Yankees. Didn't really think he was going to be that great with the Mets, but he has done a great job punching out the lineups that he's supposed to strike out. He's even had some great strikeout performances against these low K rate teams. The only actual strikeout prone lineup, though, that Holmes faced this season was the Marlins. He had 6 strikeouts, or excuse me, he had 6 and 10 strikeouts in 2 starts against Miami. So he's gone over 5.5 before. Red Sox are on the higher strikeout scale, averaging just over 5 strikeouts a game against righty starters. The books know that, though, 16 and 19 over-under against Boston. So take that for what it is, but it's plus money to the over if you wanted a plus money play there. Tarek Skubal, I saw you guys writing it in the chat. You all were asking about Skubal today. Big fan, big fan. So I normally stay away from these higher strikeout ace pitching props. If you got the PropQueen.com newsletter this morning, you would have seen that I liked Skubal over. I didn't check the updated line, but I did see 7.5s out there, so I'm hoping some of you guys got 6.5. Skubal has faced 9 high K-rate teams against lefties. He's gone over 6.5 strikeouts in 6 of those 9 starts, including 3 of 4 on the road. Prior to this start against the Red Sox, prior to his last start against the Red Sox, Skubal was 4-0 with a sub-1 ERA. It was like a .97 through 6 starts with 50 strikeouts, 1 walk. Skubal leads the majors in strikeout-to-walk ratio. The Tigers, their bullpen right now, struggling. ERA just below a 6 in the last 9 games, so if they could keep their ace in, Detroit will. The reason it's a great matchup for Skubal, lefty starters 10-3 over under their K-prop, averaging just over 5 strikeouts a start against the Cardinals. Most recently, Mackenzie Gore had 7, Sanchez had 8, Reagan's had 7, so they all went over 6.5. Don't grab 7.5. I don't like a 7.5, but I do like the 6.5 to the over. Kansas City Royals, their righty Michael Lorenzen. I don't love that he has horrible numbers against the Giants in his career. However, with plus 115 to the over, Lorenzen's faced 2 high K-rate teams against righties this year. Hit 7 strikeouts in 6 innings against Colorado, 7 strikeouts in 7 innings against Boston. The Royals, their bullpen, extremely taxed. They have high leverage arms like Carlos Estevez, John Schreiber, Daniel Lynch. They've all pitched back-to-back days. That's going to keep Lorenzen in the game longer. The Giants strike out a lot. They're averaging 5.5 strikeouts a game against righties, 19 overs, 13 unders. In fact, 6 of the last 7 right-handers to start against the Giants went over 4.5 strikeouts. So you could look there. The Athletics righty, Gunnar Hoglund, you probably don't know him, over 4.5 Ks. He's made 3 starts for the Athletics. Just one of those outings was against the high K-rate lineup. Hoglund had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings on the road against the Marlins in that start. He even struck out 5 Dodgers in his last start in LA. Hoglund's thrown 90 or more pitches, threw 5 1/3 in his last 2 outings, so he stays in the game about 6 and into the 6th. The Angels are striking out a lot. 23 overs, 15 unders, averaging just over 6 strikeouts a game when facing a righty starter. 8 of the last 10 righty starters to face the Angels have gone over 4.5 Ks, so you could look there for Hoglund. I said some of you might not know, not all of you. I said some of you might not know. He's only made 3 starts this year. Sean, I'm not calling you all out. Some people just want to know these things. Some batter overs that I put in the PropQueen.com spreadsheet, or excuse me, not spreadsheet, the PropQueen.com newsletter. Bryce Harper, great numbers against Antonio Sensatella. He's 5 for 15 with a double and 2 home runs. Nick Castellanos, 400 average, double and a triple. Tyler Stevenson hitting .533 with a double and 2 home runs against Bailey Falter. Spencer Steer hitting .500 with 2 doubles and a homer against Falter. Rowdy Tellez, .357, a double, 2 home runs against Bryce Wilson. Xander Bogaerts hitting .556 with a homer against Bassett. Not a lot of at-bats though. Anthony Santander, 5 for 16 with a double, a homer against Dylan Cease. Javi Baez, not a lot of at-bats, but 2 home runs and a double in just 8 at-bats against Eric Fetty. Wilmer Flores hitting .500 with 3 bombs against Michael Lorenzen. DJ LeMahieu, the crazy one, hitting .379 with 3 triples and 6 home runs against Patrick Corbin. Cody Bellinger, who's also on absolute fire right now for the last couple of weeks. He's hitting .391 with a double against Corbin. Luis Garcia Jr. There's a Luis Garcia on the Astros. Luis Garcia Jr. on the Nationals, hitting .385 with a double and 2 homers against Spencer Strider. How many people could say they have those numbers against Strider? Pete Alonso also has good numbers against Walker Buehler. I feel like he's kind of due. It's been a really rough couple of games for Alonso defensively. He's got 4 home runs against Walker Buehler. Unders. Just 2 that stood out in these matchups. Freddie Freeman, 2 for 10 with a K against Ryan Nelson. Juan Soto, struggles might continue tonight. .235 with 3 strikeouts against Walker Buehler. I'm going to go over again today. There are 2 games today with Fishy Lines. Let's start with the first one, the Cubbies and the Marlins. I don't love this one as much because I don't like when 2 pitchers just faced these opponents in their last outing, and that's what's happening tonight with Jameson Taillon and Ryan Weathers. They both just faced each other in their last start. Also, the line's moving in favor of Miami, which is the team that won in that last start. So that also scares me. But the only thing I could think about as to why the public is on the Cubs and the line has moved like 20-something cents against them is because of bullpens. Also Taillon. But like Taillon's ERA goes up on the road to begin with. He already gave up 3 home runs to this Marlins team in Wrigley. And again, you could say wind. But Taillon's ERA goes up by like a run and a half when he's on the road. He's allowed 8 home runs in 16 innings over his last 3 starts, which is the second most home runs in that span of Major League Baseball. Nearly half the Marlins' home wins this season, 6 of their 13 have come off a walk-off. Miami's 13-13 at home and then 6-14 on the road, so they play better at home. They walk off people, so like if you got them deep into a game in a close game, you're going Miami over the Cubs. The Cubs are at 500 in games decided by 3 runs or fewer. Yet when the Cubs could blow you out 4 runs or more, they're 17-9. The bullpen has just been blowing these chances. The Cubs have converted in 10 of 18 save chances this year. They own the 5th most bullpen losses on the season. I don't love, again, that this is like a back-to-back kind of situation, but I'm just telling you, overnight, the line moved a ton against the Cubs. The other fishy line of the night, the Houston Astros at the Rays. So Rays starter Zach Littell is 3-0 with a 3.20 ERA in his last 4 starts. All of those were Rays wins. Littell had a rough start to the season with a 5.28 ERA through his first 5 starts. He said to reporters, Littell was trying to improve his posture on the mound, so it was hard for him to get the mechanics all sorted out to start the season, which is why he started off struggling. However, he's doing better in the last 4 starts. Littell's also 2-0 with a 2.30 ERA in 3 career starts against the Astros. As for Astros southpaw Brandon Walter, he's making his first career start. He threw before in the bigs in 2023 with the Red Sox, posted a 6.26 ERA and 9 relief appearances. The Astros also could be without their closer Josh Hader because he's pitched in 3 of the last 4 days. So if there was a fishy line that I'd be looking at, I know that the Rays have been bad, and the Astros have been on a better, like on a more of a winning streak, but Rays are nothing in this spot. That's a big move against the public. DJ and Alonso home run prop. Why would you? You're parlay, Sean. No, come on. We're not doing this nonsense. We're not parlaying home run props. No. We are not that desperate. Bet them separately. If you hit one, you'll be profitable tonight. We are not parlaying home run props. That is the last thing I would do. I would parlay other props. I would not parlay a home run prop. I don't even like betting home run props. Here's what I do like betting. I like my Royal Locks. Royal Locks of the day. Of course, they are my 2 strikeout props that I like the most, starting with the ace for the Detroit Tigers, Tarek Skubal, over 6.5 Ks, not 7.5. I like this because he's gone over 6.5 Ks in 6 of 9 starts, including 3 of 4 on the road against high K rate teams against Southpaws. Plus, the Tigers bullpen has not been good recently, so you could keep him in long enough. Lefty starters, 10 overs, 3 unders against the St. Louis Cardinals this year. They're averaging just over 5 strikeouts to start. I put him in the category of strikeout pitchers, like recently Mackenzie Gore, 7 strikeouts, Christopher Sanchez, 8 strikeouts, Cole Reagan, 7 strikeouts. The reigning Cy Young winner, Tarek Skubal, can also hit 7 strikeouts against this team, so take his over. Late night, the Athletics righty, Gunnar Hoglund, over 4.5 Ks. He had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings when he was on the road against the Marlins in his sole start against a team with a high K rate against righties. He even had 5 strikeouts against the Dodgers when he faced them in LA. So playing at home, I do like his over against an Angels team that's striking out a lot this year. 23 overs, 15 unders against the Angels this season when a righty starter is against them, averaging just over 6 strikeouts a game. 8 of the last 10 righty starters to face the Angels went over 4.5 strikeouts. So those are my Royal Locks of the day. Hopefully I picked the right starting pitchers to go over their strikeout props, because recently, FYI, Tigers had a bullpen day yesterday and another tomorrow. Yeah, and also they've been struggling. So not only has one of the best bullpens in baseball, the Detroit Tigers, been struggling, they've also been throwing bullpen games. So Tarek Skubal, stay in the game long enough, please, to go over. It's been a weird thing. On the PropQueen.com newsletter, I have been giving out these strikeout props where I say, like, I give you my long list because I always pick the wrong ones on the long list. That's why I do it. You guys can pick smarter than me. I'm just hoping today's a different story. I didn't have a good day yesterday. I would like to have a better day today. Royal Locks of the day, 2 strikeout props. We had great guests on the show. Mark Zinno came and gave Major League Baseball NBA plays. Hakeem Prophet gave out WNBA and NBA plays. We even talked about the Knicks a little bit tomorrow night against the Pacers and how Hakeem is not going to be betting on the Knicks. But, well, he's going to bet them tomorrow, but not the full series. When it comes to tonight's game, T-Wolves and OKC, I do hope it's a good game. I am very worried about a 7.5 point spread, but I do think this could be close. Again, it does scare me with the public because the public is all over the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's fine. Thank you, everybody, for joining the show. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time here on the Prop Queen Pod. Good luck to all of your bets. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube page at Prop Queen Sports. It would mean a lot to me. There's like thousands of you on here, and I only have 270 subscribers on the YouTube page. I'm a little offended. I try to give you winners. I hope that you guys have a profitable evening. See you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.